One of the features I love about the Scan and Cut is the draw function. Hey guys, May Flom here, and what you see here, I have a printout of the state of California. I have some yellow fabric, and then I have some self-adhesive stabilizer. This is great for embroidery, and this is going to be wonderful for my project here because my intention is we are going to create a cut file on the Scan and Cut, draw it onto this fabric with erasable pen, and then we're going to embroider. So to get started, as you can see, I'm just smoothing that over my fabric, and I'm not worrying about even cuts or anything like that at this point because I am going to do an embroidery hoop project, and so it's not really critical. Now, once I have that set, I am going to go and get my pen tool. The universal pen holder holds most pens, and we'll take out the blade, and then once you've taken out your blade, you just set the pen holder with the pen all ready to go and set into that holder, and then guess what? We're ready to draw instead of cut. But first, of course, I've got to make this cut file. So what we will do is go into Scan, and we're going to go into Scan to Cut Data because I want to draw this, but I want to create a cut file, which I don't know, who knows, we might use it again. So we're going to go in and let it scan, and it's just going to take a moment to scan it in and take a look there. And then once it has scanned in, we are going to go ahead and select outline only because that is what we want to do. We want to have the outline of this project. We don't want to have the inside line to it because I'm just trying to draw this. And if everything looks good, we're going to pull the arrows in so that it's just our design that is the area. And then once that is done, save it to the machine or to a USB drive and start over. We go right into pattern and we know it's on the machine. I can go to the very bottom. I know it's going to be the last thing that I saved and click OK. Now we can just go ahead and cut, or you can go in and add other designs. You can go in and edit. Edit is great if, for example, in this case, I want it to be a little bigger. So if I want it to be a little larger, go in, edit, adjust to the size that you want it and say okay. And because this is just a single cut, the outline, we don't have to worry about combining or unifying the files, welding the files, nothing like that. We just have to move it around because it is just a simple single cut. Now, once you are happy with it, you're going to go ahead and press OK. And you're just going to follow those OKs through until you get through to the screen where it's asking you, do you want to cut? And this time we're going to say, no, we would like to draw. And once you have selected draw and start, the Scan and Cut takes over and draws the rest. Now, I mentioned before it's an erasable ink. So basically, when I get this fabric wet, the ink is going to dissolve and go away. Or if I use an eraser on it. Now, I am just using, this is a 7-inch embroidery hoop, and I am just the other side or the other part of the embroidery hoop is underneath the fabric. The green plastic is above. This is not what I'm going to actually display this in. I just really like these plastic hoops for working with and embroidering. They have a really nice grip to them and they hold really nicely. So I'm just going to tighten this up. And then once it is, we've got our stabilizer on there. We've got our hoop. We just need a needle and thread and get going. I'm going to do a little back stitch all the way around the edge, and this is really going to cover up that pen work, but again, it is erasable, so it will not be a problem if any spots showed through. And then I'm going to kind of design myself a little image of what I am thinking I want this to look like, because yes, I have my outline, but what I had in my head was a field of flowers. You know, I wanted to have like a little state. And I picked yellow as a background because my bedroom's yellow and I thought it would look cute in my bedroom. And I wanted to fill it up with flowers. The drawing you see is actually my original that we scanned. And then what I've done is just kind of doodled what I think I want the flowers to look like. And then just used assorted colors of thread and stitches to go in here. First adding a few stems. Then adding the flowers and adding some leaves and just kind of going through and adding little bits, adding little pieces. Basically just usual back stitch, but I also did a little bit of French knot. And I also did some kind of little loops with ties in here. Nothing difficult. Everything really super simple. And basically, guys, I'm just freehanding this. So I would do one flower and then say, yeah, I like that, let's add another. Or no, I think that's enough in this area, let's add something over here. And just repeat until I look at all the flowers and say, that's enough. I'm super happy with this. I think this turned out really well. This is a really simple project. And honestly, the key factor for projects like these embroidery projects, I start with some kind of structure, some kind of base, let the scan and cut draw it on for me. And then I'm often running straight into the creative part, really easy, really simple. And the stabilizer, guys, the stabilizer ensures that there is no pulling of the fabric, that there are no wrinkles or any warping or anything like that, and keeps everything absolutely beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this project idea. I'm always open to suggestions, so feel free to shoot me any questions you have, and I will see you next time.